So my summer consisted of hellbenders and environmental DNA. This summer I worked with the Orianne Society, which is a nonprofit organization dedicated to reptile and amphibian conservation. It started out as a restoration and conservation project for eastern indigo snakes, but it has since expanded to multiple projects including timber rattlesnakes, gopher tortoises, hellbenders, and many more. They have a huge citizen science program, and one of the activities that I got to become involved with over the summer is the Places You've Never Herped trip, which is a trip for Orianne Society members to go out on an organized herping trip in some location. And this summer it was in South Carolina, and this is the group of members, and we found like over 50 species, but my favorite was the rainbow snake, which happened to be my vertebrate natural history research paper, so I spent a lot of hours learning about that. My primary goal of this summer was to basically learn what a conservation biologist does, but underneath that I was also tasked with completing my senior thesis under Dr. Stephen Spear of the Orianne Society, which involves hellbenders and finding their presence based on environmental DNA. I also had the opportunity to get field experience, which was the main thing I wanted to do because I had a lot of lab work last semester, and then for the summer I wanted field experience. And this is a picture of a stream survey, and here is a picture of my environmental DNA setup in one of the streams I sampled, and you can see this little tiny dot is the filter, and then here's a picture of me doing a DNA extraction. Daily tasks wasn't really something I had because every single day was a different adventure. It was a project in that I had to set up my own timeline over the summer and create deadlines for myself in regards to finishing my thesis work in a timely manner. But the beginning of my primarily stream surveys with the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission, and I also assisted in a grad student's stream surveys from Appalachian State University. This is the first hellbender that I found on my own, which was really exciting. It was one of the largest we found during the week. And this is a picture with the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission, and they take various measurements like weight and length, and they record all of it for every single individual that we find, and they also pit tag all of the individuals. The rest of the summer was purely my own work, so it started up various categories of maps for my site selections. So these categories would be like percent development, percent drainage, percent rain. And then after that, I put the ArcGIS layers into MaxAmp, which is a habitat model that helps to, it takes those layers and then it gives you what it believes is the best habitat for hellbenders in the site, like the study area that I had. After that, I picked my around 30 sites from over, I think it gave me like 90, and then I would go out based out of the Tiger. Orianne has an office in Tiger, Georgia. Sorry, and I was based out of that, and each day I would visit 3 to 4 sites depending on how fast it would be, and I would have each filter was a liter of water, and it would take about 3 hours for each site. Though I will say there were some sites that were extremely silty, and I only got to 2 sites, and one site I was at for 6 hours straight trying to filter water, which wasn't very fun. But right here is the vacuum flask, and we have special filters that you're not allowed to touch with your hands, and you have to be really careful not to contaminate between sites because you don't want to pick up any hellbender DNA from one site when the next site might not have it. I also had the opportunity to go to the biannual Hellbender Symposium in St. Louis, which had over 100 people who are dedicated to hellbender research, and I had no idea that this was a thing. So that was really exciting, and I got to meet lots of really important people in the hellbender conservation world. They had presentations on their research, and one girl who is currently a PhD student at University of Missouri is working, she helped work on Hellbender nest huts, and she actually got a engineer to help her design one so it fits and streams better. And this is a picture of the whole group, and we're doing the Hellbender symbol with the little fingers. And we also got a tour of the St. Louis Zoo breeding facility, which is one of the largest, and they breed hellbenders there to release back into the wild to help with population declinations. This is a picture of a young hellbender that we found, by the way. But my contributions, since I didn't really have a workplace, my contributions, I believe, were just staying on top of everything and making sure given to me, and I also had to be a good representative of the organization at the various events that I was allowed to go to. I have Warnell to thank for a lot of smooth run JS because spatial was definitely very helpful this summer since I spent many hours in the lab. And also basic survey techniques from class, field measurements, and just how to start a research project from all of my Warnell classes was very helpful. And then vertebrate natural history had a little bit on the Hellbender natural history, which helped me get a basis for the summer. I would have liked to learn more about our program. A lot of researchers that I met at the Hellbender Symposium mentioned that they used it in their projects, and they said it was important for me to learn for grad school. And I'm aware that sometimes Warnell offers mini classes on it, but I just haven't had the time to go to them. But that's my summer. Any questions?